Do you know that the very vitamins you've trusted for years, the ones sitting innocently on your kitchen counter, might actually be silently waging war on your heart, brain, and immune system? It sounds like something out of a suspense novel, an impossible betrayal by the very things meant to sustain us. But the truth is far more unsettling. Groundbreaking new research emerging from prestigious U.S. medical institutions is now revealing a shocking reality. Many of the supplements that older Americans dutifully consume every single day could be inadvertently accelerating the aging process, rather than offering the youthful vitality they promise. This isn't just a simple misstep. For millions of seniors over 60, it's a hidden health trap, lurking beneath the surface of well-intentioned choices. The wrong vitamins have the insidious power to ignite chronic inflammation, relentlessly drain your vital energy, cast a confusing cloud over your memory, and even drastically elevate your risk of debilitating heart disease and various cancers. The most alarming part? The vast majority of people remain completely unaware that this quiet sabotage is even occurring. But before despair sets in, there's a crucial glimmer of hope. While some vitamins may be covertly working against your body's delicate systems, there are others, equally potent, that possess the remarkable ability to reverse existing damage, diligently rebuilding lost strength, sharpening the keen edges of your mind, and empowering you to maintain your cherished independence for many years to come. Today, we embark on a vital journey to uncover the unvarnished truth about supplements specifically tailored for seniors. This exploration is anchored in genuine, verifiable science, stripped of all marketing hype and misleading claims. You are about to discover the 4 most detrimental vitamins you should unequivocally avoid touching, alongside the 4 truly life-saving ones that your body genuinely craves and desperately needs every single day. So, I urge you to stay with me until the very end, because by the time our journey concludes, your perspective on that familiar vitamin bottle will be fundamentally and irreversibly changed. It sounds perfectly harmless, doesn't it? A modest, unassuming capsule simply labeled vitamin E, promising vague notions of heart and immune support. For countless seniors, this little pill has become a steadfast morning ritual, a trusted ally in their quest to remain young, vibrant, and strong. Yet the reality concealed beneath that innocuous label is far more disconcerting than most imagine. Dr. Karen Mitchell, a distinguished cardiologist from the renowned Cleveland Clinic, bringing with her over 3 decades of invaluable experience, frequently recounts witnessing this pervasive mistake with alarming regularity. She describes patients in their 70s presenting with bewildering symptoms like heart palpitations, persistent fatigue, and even unsettling chest pain, often attributing these alarming signs to the inevitable march of old age. However, upon deeper investigation, a troubling common thread would emerge: their consistent use of high-dose vitamin E supplements. While vitamin E functions as a beneficial antioxidant in small, carefully calibrated amounts, a perilous transformation occurs once the safe threshold, typically around 400 international units (IU) per day, is crossed. At higher doses, it paradoxically morphs into a pro-oxidant, meaning that instead of diligently battling harmful free radicals, it begins to actively generate them. Imagine a safeguard, specifically designed to protect your precious cells, suddenly turning inward and systematically tearing them apart from the inside. A monumental meta-analysis conducted by Johns Hopkins, meticulously compiling data from over 135,000 individuals, unequivocally concluded that seniors who routinely consumed substantial doses of vitamin E faced a significantly elevated risk of heart failure and premature death. The underlying mechanism is grim. Excessive vitamin E can dangerously thin your blood, critically disrupt its natural clotting mechanisms, and silently, insidiously damage delicate heart tissue without any prior warning. Consider the cautionary tale of George, a 72-year-old retiree from Florida. For years, he diligently consumed a staggering 1,000 IU of vitamin E daily, convinced by popular belief that it was a panacea for heart health. Yet, after months of perplexing bruising and unexplained dizziness, his physician uncovered a horrifying truth. The very supplement he believed was his protector had dangerously compromised his blood's ability to clot, a condition that could have tragically claimed his life. Therefore, before you instinctively reach for that seemingly extra dose of protection, internalize this crucial lesson. In the complex world of vitamins, more is unequivocally not better. Sometimes, it can be deadly. If you find the hidden perils of vitamin E unsettling, prepare yourself, because the next so-called healthy vitamin may quietly escalate your risk of cancer rather than offering the prevention you seek. For generations, seniors have been advised that vitamin A is a vital nutrient, essential for maintaining sharp eyesight and a robust immune system. A stroll down any pharmacy aisle will bombard you with bottles emblazoned with promises of healthy vision or antioxidant protection. However, concealed behind these glossy, appealing labels lies a perilous secret, one that has, in tragic instances, cost people their very lives. Dr. Michael Andrews, a distinguished pulmonary specialist from the esteemed Mayo Clinic, vividly recalls the case of Robert, a 68-year-old former smoker. Robert had been diligently taking a supplement containing synthetic beta-carotene every day, firmly believing, as Dr. Andrews explained, that it would fortify his lungs and preserve his vision. A mere 6 months later, a CT scan revealed the devastating onset of lung cancer. What Robert, and countless others, didn't realize was that the very vitamin he placed his trust in had been definitively proven by major scientific studies to significantly increase the risk of cancer in older adults, particularly in individuals with a history of smoking or exposure to environmental pollution. A monumental study published in the venerable New England Journal of Medicine meticulously tracked over 29,000 participants and unearthed a stark finding. Those consuming synthetic beta-carotene experienced a staggering 28% higher risk of developing lung cancer. The critical distinction lies in its origin. Fake beta-carotene, often manufactured in laboratories and cheaply incorporated into many multivitamins, behaves drastically differently from its natural counterpart found abundantly in vibrant carrots or leafy spinach. Once ingested, this synthetic version oxidizes rapidly within the body, generating toxic free radicals that actively damage cellular DNA, accelerate the pervasive processes of aging, and tragically fuel the uncontrolled growth of abnormal cells. Adding to this unsettling reality, a multitude of vision and immune support supplements marketed to seniors continue to harbor this synthetic variant, often deceptively labeled simply as vitamin A as beta-carotene. While it may sound benign, for anyone over the age of 60, it can subtly transform from a supposed helper into a covert, dangerous adversary. If your true desire is to safeguard your precious eyes and lungs, the unequivocal answer lies not in a pill, but in the wholesome, vibrant foods that nature provides. Brightly colored vegetables such as sweet potatoes, kale, and spinach offer your body an abundance of natural carotenoids that genuinely heal and protect, rather than harm. Iron, in its essence, sounds like a nutrient universally required for vitality, a fundamental component that imbues our blood with strength and energy. However, here lies a terrifying truth that the majority of seniors remain perilously unaware of. An excessive accumulation of iron can quietly, insidiously poison you from within. Dr. Susan Harper, a distinguished hematologist at Johns Hopkins, articulates this danger with chilling clarity. Iron is absolutely essential, but critically, the body possesses no natural mechanism to effectively eliminate its excess. Once it begins to build up, it stubbornly deposits itself in your liver, your heart, and even your delicate brain tissue, slowly but relentlessly inflicting damage year after year. For older adults, this insidious damage frequently masquerades as common symptoms of aging, such as persistent fatigue, unexplained joint pain, or a disconcerting fogginess of memory, leading many to dismiss these warning signs. Consider the poignant narrative of Margaret, a 74-year-old grandmother residing in Texas. For nearly a decade, she had faithfully consumed an over-the-counter multivitamin generously fortified with iron, convinced it was her secret weapon against persistent tiredness. However, when she began experiencing troubling shortness of breath, and her doctor performed a battery of tests, the results were nothing short of shocking. Her iron levels soared to 3 times the normal range. This dangerous accumulation had already begun to scar her liver and critically weaken her heart. I truly believed I was doing something beneficial for myself, she tearfully recounted. But instead, I was systematically poisoning my own body, one tiny pill at a time. Her story is powerfully corroborated by scientific evidence. Research published in the esteemed Journal of the American Heart Association revealed that seniors exhibiting high ferritin levels, a definitive marker of stored iron, were significantly more prone to developing serious heart disease and debilitating dementia. Excess iron functions much like rust, relentlessly oxidizing your tissues and igniting chronic inflammation that profoundly damages blood vessels, delicate nerves, and even precious brain cells. Unless explicitly diagnosed by your doctor with an iron deficiency, a condition that is notably rare in men and postmenopausal women, you should unequivocally avoid iron supplements. Instead, seek your iron naturally from nutrient-rich sources like spinach, beans, or, if appropriate, a modest portion of lean red meat. But bypass the pill, because what begins as a perceived boost of strength could, over time, slowly ignite the spark that relentlessly burns through the very fabric of your health. For millions of older Americans, it's a deeply ingrained morning ritual, swallowing a large, often colorful pill that boldly promises complete daily nutrition, immune support, and energy for life. The label projects an aura of reassurance, almost medicinal in its authoritative tone. Yet there exists a chilling truth that precious few individuals over 60 ever encounter. These ubiquitous mega multivitamins could be silently overloading your body, subjecting your heart, liver, and kidneys to an undue constant strain every single day. Dr. Robert Clean, a distinguished geriatric specialist based in Boston, laments having witnessed this critical oversight more times than he can possibly count. Many of my patients arrive complaining of chronic fatigue, unexplained dizziness, or pervasive muscle weakness, he explains. When we meticulously review their supplement regimens, we often discover they are consuming high-dose multivitamins originally formulated for young, vigorous athletes, entirely unsuitable for aging adults. Their blood work consistently paints a clear picture: excessive vitamin A, dangerously high vitamin B6, an overload of vitamin E, and iron levels that are simply off the charts. A seminal Harvard study, which rigorously tracked over 160,000 adults, unveiled a truly shocking revelation. The consistent intake of large daily multivitamins failed to demonstrably lower disease risk or extend lifespan. In fact, for seniors, this practice was directly correlated with increased inflammation, heightened oxidative stress, and even significant kidney strain. The fundamental issue is disarmingly simple. Your body, once past the age of 60, does not process nutrients with the same efficiency it once did. What it cannot readily utilize, it struggles to efficiently eliminate. Over time, these surplus vitamins, particularly their synthetic iterations, gradually accumulate, quietly transforming into potent, unwelcome toxins. Consider the heartbreaking case of Helen, a 79-year-old retired nurse from Ohio. For many years, she genuinely believed her complete senior multivitamin was her guardian of good health. However, when her skin began to take on a subtle yellowish hue, and her doctor performed essential liver tests, the culprit became starkly clear. Years of oversupplementation had severely compromised her liver's crucial ability to filter toxins. "I thought I was doing everything perfectly right," she confessed through tears. "I simply didn't know that too much of a supposedly good thing could ultimately harm me." If you are currently taking a multivitamin, it is imperative to ensure it is specifically designed for seniors. Characterized by a low iron content, moderate levels of B vitamins, and ideally, derived from natural, bioavailable sources. Because in the intricate world of supplements, more is not necessarily better. Indeed, it can be downright dangerous. Now that we have unveiled the hidden villains lurking in many medicine cabinets, let us pivot towards a profound truth that has the power to fundamentally transform everything you understand about aging. While our bodies gracefully age, quiet, often imperceptible changes begin to unfold. Among the most precarious of these is the gradual and insidious decline in our ability to absorb vitamin B12. By the time many Americans celebrate their 60th or 70th birthdays, their stomachs naturally produce less acid, a crucial component for extracting vital B12 from the foods we consume. The alarming consequence is a slow, often invisible decline that is frequently mistaken for the unavoidable hallmarks of aging, when in truth, it represents a profound deficiency that systematically starves the brain and vital nerves. Dr. Linda Pearson, a distinguished neurologist from the esteemed Mayo Clinic, poignantly refers to B12 as the hidden spark plug of the senior brain. Without an adequate supply, she explains, nerve cells begin to fray and unravel. Memory becomes elusive, mood darkens ominously, and an overarching sense of energy simply fades away. She recounts instances where patients, convinced they were in the nascent stages of dementia or grappling with debilitating depression, were ultimately found to be suffering from nothing more than dangerously low B12 levels. Once their levels were meticulously restored, these individuals, she observes, came back to life, sharper, steadier, more themselves again. Take Harold, a 76-year-old retired engineer from Oregon, for example. He had been struggling with pervasive fatigue, unsettling balance issues, and increasingly frequent forgetfulness. His doctor initially suspected severe neurological conditions like Parkinson's or Alzheimer's, until a crucial blood test revealed his B12 levels were perilously low. Within a mere few weeks of consistently taking a daily 1,000 microgram B12 supplement in its methylcobalamin form, the variant most readily absorbed by the body, Harold felt his energy surge back. It was as if someone had switched the lights back on in my mind, he eloquently stated. Scientific research resoundingly affirms his experience. Studies published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society conclusively demonstrate that maintaining healthy B12 levels significantly reduces the risk of cognitive decline by nearly 30% and simultaneously enhances nerve health and overall mobility. It is a humble vitamin, yet it wields enormous power, especially for those who aspire to remain mentally sharp and physically steady far into their golden years. For the majority of our lives, we have been consistently informed that direct sunlight is the paramount source of vitamin D, assuring us that a brief daily outdoor excursion will suffice to keep our bones robust and our immune systems formidable. However, the stark reality for older adults across America presents a critical divergence. Beyond the age of 60, your skin simply loses its youthful capacity to efficiently produce vitamin D. This means that even if you faithfully spend time basking in the sun, your body may still be operating at dangerously deficient levels, and the wide-ranging consequences can subtly but profoundly impact nearly every facet of your health. Dr. Alan Becker, a prominent endocrinologist affiliated with the Cleveland Clinic, unequivocally designates vitamin D3 as the cornerstone of aging well. He meticulously clarifies that insufficient vitamin D levels are directly implicated in the weakening of bones, an elevated risk of debilitating falls, compromised mood, a myriad of heart problems, and even a heightened probability of premature death. It is not a vitamin you can afford to overlook, he emphasizes. It is the essential nutrient that keeps your entire biological system running optimally. Consider the illustrative case of Eleanor, a 71-year-old widow from North Carolina. A devoted gardener, she began to experience persistent, chronic pain in her hips and knees. I initially attributed it to arthritis, she recalled, but the pain relentlessly worsened every winter. Her doctor, with a simple blood test, uncovered the alarming truth. Her vitamin D level registered a mere 14, dangerously deficient. After a dedicated 3 months on a daily 2,000 IU vitamin D3 supplement, her energy remarkably returned. Her pervasive pain significantly eased, and she even began to enjoy more restorative sleep. I had no idea a tiny vitamin could orchestrate such a monumental difference, she exclaimed with a radiant smile. Scientific evidence unequivocally corroborates her experience. A seminal Harvard study unequivocally found that seniors maintaining healthy vitamin D levels benefited from a remarkable 41% lower risk of fractures, exhibited superior balance, and possessed a significantly stronger immune system. Furthermore, it plays a critical, often underestimated role in preserving brain health, actively helping to prevent the cognitive fog and mood fluctuations that far too many mistakenly accept as an inevitable part of growing older. If you are over 60, a consistent daily dose of vitamin D3, ideally taken in conjunction with magnesium or calcium, has the potential to be profoundly life-altering. This isn't merely about chasing the elusive fountain of youth. It is fundamentally about safeguarding your inherent strength, maintaining your physical steadiness, and preserving your invaluable independence. There exists a quiet, often overlooked reason why countless seniors find themselves constantly drained, feeling inexplicably weak, or experiencing troubling shortness of breath. It isn't merely the passage of time. It is because their bodies have gradually begun to deplete one of the most absolutely vital nutrients essential for sustaining robust energy and optimal heart health, CoQ10. This extraordinary vitamin-like compound resides within every single cell of your body, diligently fueling the microscopic power plants that tirelessly keep your muscles, brain, and most critically, your heart alive and functioning. However, here's the crucial detail that most people remain unaware of. Once you cross the age of 60, your natural CoQ10 levels can precipitously drop by almost 50%. And if you are among the millions of older Americans who rely on cholesterol-lowering statin drugs, your CoQ10 levels can plummet at an even more alarming rate. Dr. Rebecca Lynn, a distinguished cardiologist at Stanford University, elucidates its significance plainly. CoQ10 is the indispensable spark that keeps your heart beating with unwavering strength. Without an adequate supply, the heart muscles become fatigued, the brain clouds over with fog, and vital energy simply dissipates. She recounts numerous instances where patients erroneously attributed their overwhelming fatigue to the simple onset of old age, when in stark reality, their cells were quite literally starving for this essential fuel. Consider the compelling narrative of Frank, a 78-year-old veteran from Arizona. He cherished his daily walks with his beloved dog, but found himself increasingly winded after merely a few steps. "I genuinely thought my heart was failing," he candidly admitted. His doctor, through careful examination, discovered his CoQ10 levels were perilously low, a direct and common side effect of his statin medication. Within weeks of commencing a daily 100 milligram supplement of ubiquinol, the highly active and most bioavailable form of CoQ10, Frank's energy came roaring back with renewed vigor. "It felt like I had shed 20 years, he exclaimed. "I could breathe freely again. I could truly live again." Scientific research robustly supports stories like Frank's. A significant study published in the European Heart Journal unequivocally found that CoQ10 supplementation substantially reduced hospitalizations and deaths attributed to heart failure in seniors. It transcends mere energizing. It profoundly protects, shielding your heart from the damaging onslaught of oxidative stress, sharpening your cognitive faculties, and optimizing the function of every vital organ in your body. So, if you've been grappling with persistent tiredness, mental fogginess, or a noticeable decline in stamina, your body may be silently pleading for this fundamental cellular fuel. If there is one solitary nutrient that every doctor fervently wishes their senior patients would embrace, it is undoubtedly omega-3. These indispensable fatty acids, abundantly found in high-quality fish oil and nutrient-rich algae oil, are frequently revered as liquid gold for both the brain and the heart. Yet, according to unsettling data from the CDC, a staggering more than 70% of older Americans suffer from a deficiency, unknowingly depriving their most vital organs of the crucial protection they so desperately require. Dr. Emily Rodas, a brilliant neurologist at Johns Hopkins, explains its profound importance most eloquently. Omega-3s are akin to the vital oil that lubricates the intricate gears of your body. Without them, inflammation relentlessly builds up in your heart, your joints, and even the delicate tissues of your brain. And that, tragically, is when things inevitably begin to break down. She recalls one particular patient, a 75-year-old retired teacher named Margaret, who presented with distressing complaints of increasing forgetfulness, persistent joint stiffness, and inexplicable mood swings. She firmly believed it was merely the unavoidable process of aging, Dr. Rodas recollects. However, her blood test revealed perilously low omega-3 levels. After an intensive 8 weeks of consistent daily supplementation with 1,000 milligrams of purified fish oil, meticulously rich in both EPA and DHA, Margaret's pervasive joint pain significantly eased, her memory sharpened with remarkable clarity, and her vital energy gloriously returned. It felt as though a dense fog had finally lifted from my mind, she eloquently described. Scientific evidence powerfully corroborates Margaret's profound experience. Research published in the Journal of Gerontology conclusively found that seniors with higher omega-3 levels experienced a remarkable 40% lower risk of developing Alzheimer's disease, demonstrated superior blood flow to the brain, and maintained a significantly stronger, more stable heart rhythm. Another pivotal study emanating from Harvard linked consistent omega-3 intake to a reduced incidence of heart attacks and, significantly, a longer overall lifespan. These remarkable fats actively calm systemic inflammation, effectively lower dangerous triglyceride levels, and diligently protect the fragile linings of your arteries, all while simultaneously enhancing mood and improving vision. The inherent beauty of omega-3s lies in their quiet, relentless capacity to heal, meticulously repairing cell by precious cell. Whether you procure them from wild-caught salmon, nutrient-dense sardines, or a pristine algae-based supplement, they tirelessly work to rebuild the very foundation of longevity itself. Because when your brain is clear and vibrant, your heart beats with steadfast regularity, and your joints are liberated from pain, life truly feels lighter and more joyous once again. As we bring this crucial discussion to its culmination, always remember this profound truth. Your future health is not predetermined by your genetic blueprint. Rather, it is meticulously inscribed by the thoughtful choices you make each day. The fundamental difference between gracefully aging with vitality and experiencing the painful ravages of time often hinges upon the smallest, most seemingly insignificant decisions: the pills we choose to ingest, the precious nutrients we consciously feed our bodies, and the level of informed awareness we cultivate each day. For far too long, countless seniors have implicitly trusted appealing, brightly colored labels and hollow marketing promises, naively believing that every single supplement adorning the pharmacy shelf was inherently designed to benefit them. Yet the sobering reality is far more complex. Some vitamins tragically, silently inflict harm, while others with quiet efficacy diligently heal. When you make discerning choices, opting for vitamin B12 to awaken and clarify your brain, embracing vitamin D3 to fortify your bones, leveraging CoQ10 to energize your tireless heart, and incorporating omega-3 to quell inflammation and safeguard your precious mind, you are not simply consuming supplements. You are actively making a profound investment in your cherished independence, your mental clarity, and your enduring ability to laugh wholeheartedly, move freely, and live a life unburdened for many vibrant years to come. Dr. Karen Mitchell, a respected geriatric physician with over 35 years of invaluable experience, states with unwavering conviction, aging does not have to be synonymous with decline. It is fundamentally about understanding what your body genuinely needs, and then providing it with precisely that. Her patients who steadfastly adhere to this simple, yet profound truth not only enjoy longer lives, but more importantly, live them with significantly enhanced quality and joy. So tonight, as your gaze sweeps across the bottles nestled within your medicine cabinet, pause and ask yourself this vital question. Is what I am currently taking genuinely helping me heal? Or is it perhaps quietly and insidiously harming me? Because every capsule, every meal, and every conscious choice you make after the age of 60 is either meticulously pulling you closer to enduring strength or slowly, subtly eroding it away. And here lies the empowering good news. That profound power, that ultimate choice, rests firmly within your own hands. Choose wisely, live with deliberate intention, and always remember, it is unequivocally never too late to embark on the journey of aging stronger from the inside out.